Here's a few wide receivers to drop off your roster heading into Week 11. The first guy's Jarvis Landry of the Cleveland Browns. I know the game was windy. I know things weren't getting done. 5 targets, 3 catches, 29 yards. But Landry now, I know he's the number one there. He's only had one double-digit fantasy game. And this is PPR leagues in the last 4. Landry's got a decent matchup versus Philly next week. But if you're going to keep him, I wouldn't start him, to be honest. Landry, I don't even think he's top 40 in fantasy points for receivers. Baker Mayfield, he hasn't looked good. The only guys I could trust over there in Cleveland is Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, who both had big ball games yesterday. Whether or not this guy, his ceiling seems like it's 12 points, and that's not going to win you many fantasy games, especially if he's one of your top receivers on your team. So Jarvis Landry, I know he's the number one there, but I just don't like having him. Baker, he's not hitting his throws. Landry, he's been banged up all season with the ribs and the hamstring, so he's a guy I'm going to stay away and get off my team if I have him. The next guy is Hollywood Brown. I've had him on this list a few times now, and I'm going to have him here again after he put up a dud performance. 2 catches for 14 yards on 6 targets versus the New England Patriots on Sunday Night Football. Brown, he's just not getting open. Jackson's not looking his way. Willie Snead had the game yesterday for the Ravens with 2 touchdowns. And Hollywood Brown now, he hasn't hit double-digit fantasy points since Week 5, and he's only hit it 3 times this whole season in PPR. It's Week 11 now. I got no confidence in him. He's a guy I'm going to drop. He's still owned in 85% of leagues. That number should definitely go down because Brown's not producing, and he's a guy to get away from and get off your roster. And the final guy, Sterling Shepard of the New York Giants. Shepard, he's been decent in the games he's played, but he's been hurt most of the season as well. And Shepard, he had 10 points in PPR, 6 catches, 47 yards for Shepard, but it seems like he can't get over that 70-yard mark. I know he's got double-digit fantasy points in his last 4 games, but Shepard, his ceiling is 10, 11 points, it seems like at most, and now he's going on bye in Week 11. There's some good options that came out on the wire this week that I told you to go get. So Shepard, he's owned in 50% of leagues. He should be dropped in a few more. The 10 to 12 team leagues, definitely drop him because there's better options out there, I believe. So that's a few receivers to drop heading into Week 11.